Welcome to my Hair Pullers Guide to Mods. This is the bare basics. No fluff, no spectacle. If you've stared at the mod board wondering what the dots mean or why your Ray Scavenger character hits like a wet sponge, this is for you. I'm making this because most beginner guides to mods skip the details. They'll say, don't worry about mods until you get 5.1s. That's not helpful. You're already using mods, or you should, and they seem to suggest don't even bother using 1, 2, 3, 4 dot mods. Wait till you can splice them to get to the good stuff. But this isn't the way. This isn't true when you're progressing up. Even 1 or 2 dot mods can get you a little bit of extra push to get through the hard points. You're already making these decisions, and you want to understand them. And you just don't want to go off what other people have already accomplished, and they're pointing at, well, they got all the 5 dot mods. So let's make them modular, tactical, and clear starting now. Well, let's go to the character screen. Here's a character under level 50. See that hexagonal grid to the right? That's the mod circuit board, and it's locked. You can't equip mods to this character yet. Let's jump on over to somebody else. Let's say, as in my intro I mentioned, Ray Scavenger. Ray the Scavenger. And her board is unlocked. She's over level 50. And now we can start building her stats. Before I do any of that, let me go back to mod battles, and I want to show you this. In each of these tabs, this isn't level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 up in mod battles. What this is the individual tabs for primary mod types. To get to mods, you go to the mod battles, you see tab 1 through 8, each with a different symbol. Now, these symbols tell you what kind of mod set bonus you'll get. As you can tell them right here. This is a health mod. This is health. The medical symbol or butterfly, depends on what you want to say. The shield is defense. Anything with the shield, their primary mod set is defense. This icon is a explosion sign bang, or should I say exclamation point. That's critical damage. Here you have the explosion sign 2x. That's critical chance. The fist is tenacity. The blank explosion with nothing in it, or the BAMP sign from Batman or whatever, the old classic one. That's offense. The scope, or the sight mark, that's potency. And a runner, that's speed. So these are the individual sets. Now, tab 9, when you're in this, and I'll just mention this briefly, is for mod slicing, and that comes much later. For now, focus on tabs 1 through 8 to get through this. And you really don't have to get 3 stars on each one, but it does come in handy. And I'll show you, and I'll tell you why later. Well, let's go back to Ray's scavenger. And so I can show you, click on her board there, and then get in her board. And I want to show you, talk about mod dots, what they mean. Now you have mods. These are mods, and these are mod sets. You've got this one with a 1 dot, this one with a 2 dot, and they go up to 3 or 4, and get up to 5 dots. Now, dots 1 to 3 dots are low stat ceiling. It's an early game filler. And 4 dots is transitional. It has better secondaries. 5 dot is a full upgrade path, viable long term. 6 dot is an enhanced stats, in-game mods, and 6E, which are gold, are fully sliced. Max for player versus player, and player versus environment. More dots equals better stats and upgrade potential. But even low dot mods can help you build a working board. Now let's break down the mod circuit board, slot by slot, left to right, just like it appears in, here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 through 6. Now, the square, that's always offense, flat. When I say flat, I mean a fixed number, like plus 85 offense. A percent stat scales with the character's base stat, like plus 5% health. Now, slots 1 and 3 are locked to flat stats. The rest are flexible. You can choose your primary based on the character's role. And I'll show you this. When you're in here, let's start off with how you're going to see it on basic. When you first get into it, you're going to be set on basic. And it's going to give you some information. Now, Ray, the scavenger, is an attacker. Ray's unique ability boosts her offense as long as she isn't debuffed. So use offense to boost it further and tenacity to block more debuffs. The recommended mod sets are offense and tenacity. Now you can auto-assign, which it will auto-assign what it thinks is the best. And once this brings it up, you can click on each one before you touch anything. And it can even include mods that are already assigned to a person. Click on there, and you can see it's going to apply the square with the primary stat of offense, with all my secondary stats. And speed is the one that really plays a part if you can get those as a secondary in the low dot mods. 1 through 4, they come in handy, really handy. This one is it's going to put an offensive stat in there. That's a bang sign. Remember? Bang. So it's going to put a bang, bang, bang. Or explosion sign. Now my set bonuses, as you notice with the explosion sign, I'm going to need to get 4 of these. And I'm going to have enough to get me through all this. In order to get my bonus for array, if I connect them, I'll need 4 of these explosion signs. So I'm going to get out of that. And you notice I don't have a lot here. So this wouldn't connect anything, really, because I'd need a 4th one in order to connect them all. Now, some mod sets are 2 together, matching, or 4 together, and so on. So you could actually have 2 of the same kind if they've only got 2 mods. So there we go, and the suggested mod. So I don't want to do that, but I want to show you the basic. I want to show you the advanced. When you get to advanced, it's going to show you the current stats for your character here on the right, before any mod changes, what it currently is. And you can also see that from the individual person's page, or individual character's page down here. You have who they're compatible with, synergies, which you want to pay attention to later, but right over here, this will make it a favorite, and this will show you their stats. So really, once you're through the base attributes of these in general, let's look at this. Health 2912, protection 0, speed 121, critical damage 150. Let's go here. Let's go click that to go back there, and 2912, 0, 121, 150. See? So that matches that. So let's start off again, go back up and go to what are each of the slots supposed to be. I just said the square one, and it's always offense. It's a flat fixed number, and the arrow is flexible. It's often speed, and that's the only slot that can roll speed as a primary, and that means turns and how many turns you get and how quickly you do it and all that. Diamond, and remember this one is 1, this is 3. The diamond is always defense. It's hard-coded defense. It's a flat number. Primary is locked. Secondaries matter here. And the triangle is flexible. Critical damage, health percentage, etc. It's a build-defining slot. And the circle, health, flat, or protection flat. Choose based on survivability or survivability needs of your character. You want to have a survivability on your tanks, somebody that's standing out there to take the hits. A tank isn't really a good attacker. It's to take the punishment and survive it as much as possible. And the cross is flexible, but it's got potency, percentage, tenacity, etc. It's a strategic slot for debuff rolls. And that's the bare basics of this. You've seen the board, the tabs, the dots, and the slots. Now I'm going to talk about mod type, set bonuses, and how to build a board that actually works. No fluff, just the tactical part of it. And how mod sets work together. And how you can use them to begin to understand. I just explained what the circuit board is for each slot. Don't confuse them specifically with the icon. You don't have to do that. It's going to be, except for slot 1 and 3, here and here, everything else is flexible. You just have to play it based on what your character requires, whether it's a attacker, a tank, or a healer. They're going to require different kind of mod setups. And yes, using lower end mods or dot mods is fine. It'll help you give a little bit of push. Now let's start with, I'm going to show you one thing right now. I'm going to go here with this mod, and I'm going to look at something. Let's say I'm going to use, in this slot, I'm going to use an offensive icon. But I know that no matter what I put in here, it's offensive. And it'll apply to secondary stats. So even if I were to put health or offense, it's always offense, or speed. It's going to be an offense, but it's going to relate to my secondaries too. 1 and 3 relate to your secondaries more than it does to the primary. Great to have the primary, but let's start off with this. Now let's try this one. Let's say this one, where I've maxed out, and I'm going to click on it. Watch this. Don't click confirm yet, but look at this. You can put one mod in, and it's going to increase my health. Here, it's going to increase my speed, my tenacity, my damage that I deal, my critical chance, which may not apply, like with a healer. The crit chance probably won't mean anything. But you can see what changes just putting one mod in. You don't have to link them. You don't have to make mod sets. That relates to the bonuses. And when it says set bonuses, it doesn't mean you set the bonus. It's going to show you what bonuses you have. So if I apply this mod, this is how my character's stats change. Let me revert that. Now I'm going to just highlight one like this. You know, what I was talking about mod sets, when I put one in order to get a bonus, set bonus, I need 2 of these health icons on the board somewhere, so they will connect to each other, and it will display a bonus, what bonuses I have for them. For example, let's go with Lando Calrissian. I have 2x here and 2x here, and they've connected the lines. Now I'm at level 15 on that, so I can show you that they've connected, because each one of these, my set bonuses, I need 2 of them. And see down here, set bonuses, 2x showed up. Doesn't mean 2 times, it just means that's what it is. And what bonuses? Set bonuses require 2 or 4 mods of the same set. Heart. Bang, 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 bang. And all this is showing you that this one, crit chance or critical chance, is giving me 2x, or I'm sorry, giving me 2 4% crit chance as the lowest point, but it's going to, if I'm all the way to level 15 on the mod, if I paid to boost it up, I get 8% crit chance. And since I'm at 15 here, you can see here and here that I'm already there. Well, let's go to somebody else. This one here is Stormtrooper Hand. He's a tank. I have these mods connected because I have 4 of them. It required a set bonus of 2. So I have 2 together, and I have 2 more together, and it shows down here. I'm going to get a 5% or a 10%, depending if I'm up to level 15 on the mod, bonus. And then I'll get another 5 to 10% on top of that. So if I have 2 at 5%, I'm actually getting 10%. And I've connected those 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But what's this? Wait. That didn't connect to anything, is it? No, because this mod set required, to make a set requires 2. And 2. So I need another one, which I don't have. So there you go. But what can it give me by doing it this way? Let me show you. I'm going to take this off. Now, I want you to look at my layout board here, or my stats for my player here, Stormtrooper Hand. Let me remove this. I got to pay to remove it. What happens here, just removing that one mod, before I hit confirm and pay the money? This is what happens when I've taken one mod off that board. It drops that much. It drops, potency drops that much. Damage drops a little. The armor drops just a little bit. And the damage. Now, I don't want to look at these specifically this way and think, oh my God, I'm dropping that much, 100 and, over 100 for the health. But I'm still getting bonuses for this other stuff. It all depends. And I can revert this so I can see how things change as I go. I can revert that and it'll go back to what it was. But let's go back to basics. Stormtrooper Hand shines when he can disrupt enemies as early as possible. So focus on speed and potency. Recommended mod sets. But I'm not getting into that today. So I want to come back to Ray. And I will always say, use your filter a lot. Because you can mark it to only show unassigned mods, so you don't want to see mods that have been assigned to another character. That's the beginning. You can select which type and the mod set and all this other stuff. But you want to use that filtering mod. So when I click here, it's only going to show me mods that I want to see. I want to see anything not assigned to somebody else. Or perhaps I wanted to only see mods of a certain type, or with a primary stat of critical chance or critical damage, defense percentage, whatever, or my secondary stats. And it could do that too, and that'll be great if you're trying to figure out what to do, what might or might not work. And you can mix 1-dot mods, 2-dot mods, 3, 4, 5. It doesn't matter. It just costs more money when you remove them or change them. 5-dot mods off to another player. if it's been assigned to your one player, let's say Ray, and when I want to remove it and assign it to somebody else, that costs more, and especially if you've enhanced their stats all the way and displayed all the hidden, whatever. And they could get to 12 or whatever. You don't have to go to 15. You don't have to max them out. When you enhance to upgrade them, you want to reveal this, it's going to cost me this much money to reveal it, this much money to reveal it. And so I only want to see certain things, and I don't want to pay that right now. Then once I've done that, if I find something with speed in it, that can help me, or health or whatever. Now, when I'm looking at this board here for Ray, the scavenger, when it's glowing, that means I have it. I have the mod type, the circle, the cross, whatever. I have the mod that'll fit that slot, not necessarily the one I want. Now, let's look at, I'm going to show you how we're going to build something up. But first I want to show you, for example, Old Daka. Old Daka. And she's a healer, resurrectionist. She can resurrect Old Daka's allies often with speed and health. So you recommend speed, and the mod set speed and health. So what do we got here? Here's speed, and I had a set bonus of 4, so I needed 4 speeds, and I got 2 set bonuses. And there I go. And this one, and I got this is a critical avoidance, but I prefer that to be primary of speed, but I don't have one, so this can come in handy for now. But it also has an 8 speed. It's got a 318 health and all that. But remember that the secondaries you're chasing are slot 1 and 3. So I got defense, health, whatever. And here I got defense with tenacity, critical chance, or whatever. That bonus of 4. And here I've got a defense with that speed. And so I also have health, protection, and defense with speed and speed. So my bonuses here will be 10% speed and 10% health. And this for her is a good one. Now for Ray, let's build a mod set for Ray. Now Ray Scavenger, her role is an early game attacker with decent speed and area of effect. AoE attacks deal damage to all enemies or a group of enemies in one move. It's often used to clear waves, apply debuffs, or trigger mass turn meter shifts, and it can be physical. Ray's basic or special, like Emperor Palpatine's Shockwave, which you'll see in the game at some point. We know that square 1 or slot 1 is a flat offensive flat, and any primary stat will work in there, offense, speed, whatever. If we need a match to make a set, and the arrow we want speed if we can get it, as that's the shape of speed. We want primary stat to be speed. It's a must-have for turn order. Even a +1 speed matters. And the diamond is defense. It's flat, it's set, it's health or offense. The primary is locked. So you want to look for offense percentage, speed, or health percentage secondaries. Same with square one, slot one. Triangle, it's offense or health. It's the primary stat. Offense percentage boost damage. Health percentage is fallback. And the circle is health. It's a flat number usually. Ray, this character scales well with health. Protection is fallback. And the cross is potency. So you want potency or offense. And boosts area of effect, debuff, chance, offense percentage is viable too. And we want to make a set bonus. The strategy to make those is, in order to make her fully functional, even though she's not going to be a long-lasting player in this game, she's probably not going to be, later you're going to let her go and move up to somebody else better. But for her, because you're not going to get speed and, speed, not the runner, but the speed as a primary early in the game. That's going to be very rare to get that. So, for the shape, to have the primary speed and speed, that's going to be a problem. Not a problem. So we want speed, and that's a turn order or damage up time. Offense boosts the AoE and basic damage. Health percentage keeps her alive longer. You don't need her to survive, you just need her to survive longer. And potency helps land debuffs. But critical chance isn't a big thing here. It's not reliable early game. And critical damage doesn't scale well with low base stats, which she has. For Ray, I'm not going to even attempt a 3 set bonus. I'm going with 4. A set of 4 offense, which the 4 plus a 2 is better than a 2-2-2 for Ray. Because I want my stat focus to concentrate on offense or speed, and access to a stronger 4 set bonus, 15% or 10% speed. And the role synergy matches Ray's need for damage and uptime, survivability. Now, when you're getting through, when you're just 2 mod sets, it spreads bonuses thin, less impact per set. And early in the game, it's easier to build the 4 than go with trying to achieve the 3 sets. So in the early game, with this early player, or this early character, we want 1 strong identity, not 3 weak ones, basically. And she is an attacker. So for our low mod, or low dot mod set for Ray, we're going to go with perhaps offense and health, or speed and offense. But we're not going to really be able to achieve speed in the early game. And I've got one with I'm going to go with this one with offense and speed. They got a speed secondary, which is good. And the +1 speed, it doesn't look like a lot, but it's a huge, but a +1 is huge in the early game. It can change turn order. And offense and flat offense both contribute to damage increases across physical and special attacks. And protection is a temporary buffer that absorbs damage before it goes to the health. It's not restored unless a character has abilities that regenerate it. Ray does not have those. You'd have to get somebody, a healer or something, might boost her up. Once it's gone, it's gone. No uptime, no synergy with healing. So it's pretty much that. So flat protection, protection is a one-time buffer, no regeneration. So now we've got this. And if I want to get a bonus down here, set bonus, I'm going to need to get 4 of those explosion marks. So, take that off and go here and see what we got here. I got defense and 5 speed. I got offense and protection. Let's look at the difference, what this would do. I put in that one with the speed. I've got increase of a little bit. Speed's gone up a 5, which is a good thing. And my damage has gone up, and armor has gone up, and special offense has gone up, and all that. So, okay, now let's look at the second one that I had, which didn't have the speed in it. I want to show you why this is important. I got that protection buffer again. It popped up. That's a one-time thing, but my tenacity went up. My damage went up a bit, and the special offense damage, and that's it. So which one would you go with? If you can do it, go with the one with speed and its defense. It might be an offensive receiver, but we're going to get some defense, and I'm going to get 5 speed out of that. I'm going to assign it and confirm it. Now, why did I select this? Why should I select this? Her primary stat, or the primary stat for this, is defense. However, it boosts Ray's survivability slightly, but not ideal for her role. But the secondary stat of 5 plus 5 speed is a huge early game value. It affects turn orders. So it's part of a 4-mod set, so I'm going to be doing that. Because I can boost this otherwise. Because if I pair with offense or speed mods, it's a good synergy. And so so that's why I'm doing that. So let's see what happens here. If I put it in my third slot, which is, even though it's offense, I'm going with the defense there. And let's look at the change here. My protection went up. We know we don't care about this. My speed went up again, which is good. My damage went up. Nothing went down. And on my special survivability, it went up. So I'm going to confirm that. I'm going to go ahead with the triangle. It'll complete my 4x offense set for probably a 15% offense bonus. Now, of course, I could fill a flexible slot. The triangle can roll either offense, health, critical damage, or critical chance, defense, or protection. Ray is a damage-focused AoE attacker with no critical synergy and no protection regeneration. So, after you think about it for a while, the primary stat should be offense percentage. And if you don't have that, you would go maybe health. But critical damage or critical chance has no value for her. So what do we have? What do I have in my stockpile? I have defense, not offense, but it has a speed. I have protection, and that's not really gonna do much for me. If I could get offense as a primary stat, I want an offense mod with an offense percentage as a primary, and if I can manage to get a speed or an offense percentage secondary, that locks in my 4-piece set and boosts Ray output damage. So let's say I don't have that. I got protection and I got defense, even though I've got speed, and all the rest of it doesn't mean anything. So I'm going to go farm me some mods here. Well, I would get best if I use that for offense, but I've only got defense with the speed. I got health, which is pretty good actually. Defense, I've got 2 speed. Protection, critical chance. And that one, critical chance. That's not going to do much. I don't know what's going to be in that one. Critical damage, I don't need protection and some health. And protection, I'm not going to really care about. Protection, no. Health. Is a possible, but I don't know what's in here. The critical chance, protection. So if I wanted to boost that up, but the health is a viable, offense is the best choice because it scales her AoE and basic damage. Health is a viable fallback because it boosts survivability. And defense won't work because it's low impact. Ray isn't a tank, and defense doesn't scale her damage. And critical damage, critical chance, low synergy, Ray's early crits are unreliable. So health is a viable. But I also have this secondary of 156 health. So let's have a look. Let's look at both of them. This health mod, if I want to enhance it, spend the money to enhance it, it'll show me my secondary. But do I do that? Do I spend the credits? Or do I go with unknown, which I already have? And that's a 0.13 health. Nothing reveals, and I could reveal a couple, and I might come down here and put level 3 and upgrade a little bit, and then I can see, oh, it's 116 health. Wow. Now, this was a 38% health. This is a 56, 25%. And that's a bonus. So what do I do with this? That increases a little bit. Revert. Let's look at this. So what, I want to enhance it to see a little bit more? Or I just go all the way to 12 to see, reveal all the stats and not take it all the way up? I can do that. If I went up to 12, it would have cost me $5,075, or I could take it up to 12K. So before I would do that, I would do that. Upgrade. Look at what I have here. I have 116 health. That's a 1.5% health. It's a 116 health, tenacity, speed, and defense. What about the other one? Why don't I enhance that to 12? This will all reveal to level 9, so it's only going to cost me that much. And it's going to give me health, offense, protection. So I'm going to have pretty much the same thing, but not speed. Now let's look at the mod we just upgraded. I'm going to tell you what this relates to. It's 1.5% health, per percentage health. That's .56% tenacity, 1 speed, and 0.96% defense. That's a clean, all percent stat mod with speed. No flat stats, meaning not percent, a flat number, not a percentage. So, mod B, or 2. That looks good, doesn't it? With the speed and all that, but that looks, you think to yourself, well, that looks pretty good. I got a fence and all this. Look at that offense and that health. And it's a 1.25% health. It's got a 150 plus 156 health flat, 12 offense flat, 0.64 protection percentage, a 0.23 offense percentage. Now it's a mixed flat percentage stats. There's no speed there. Slightly more offense, even despite those numbers, but scattered. And if I'm going to break those down, the health percentage, mod 1, the clean plus speed, and the mod B, which is a mixed flat and offense, the speed is 1.5% versus, for the health percentage, 1.25%, so mod A wins. Now, flat health, there's none, but mod B gets 156. So when we're looking between these two that we've upgraded, I'm just doing it to show you. Mod A, let's call this mod A. It's 1.5% scalable survivability. It's a flat health number, meaning not a percentage. Of 116 plus 116, it adds a buffer. Tenacity of .56 is a debuff resistance, and the speed plus 1 turn order advantage, and defense of .96 is a damage reduction. Now, mod B is a 1.25% health, scalable survivability. The flat health, not a percentage, 156 adds a buffer. Flat offense of plus 12. Boost damage. Protection of .64 is a one-time buffer stat. And offense .23%. Period. Scales damage. Now, when we're breaking it up between Mod A and Mod B, the health, Mod A wins 1.5 over 1.25. Flat health, 116 versus 156, Mod B wins. Speed, of course, Mod A wins. In offense, there's none for Mod A. There's some for Mod B, so Mod B wins. In tenacity, Mod A wins. And it wins again for defense. And protection, again, Mod B wins. So it's really, when you're looking at all this stuff, you'll soon figure that out, that it will be, you don't look at the number directly. You understand the difference between a flat number versus a percentage. That's very important. So, the uptime stats here is Mod A. The Mod A's value is speed, tenacity, and defense. And so Mod B doesn't have any uptime stats. In damage stats, no, Mod A doesn't have any. But Mod B wins on the flat and the percentage offense and survivability. Mod A has health percentage, defense percentage. And Mod B has health and protection. So Mod A wins for scalability, scaling. So early game value here. Balanced. Mod A is balanced, speed aligned. And Mod B is bulkier but slower because it doesn't have that speed. So Mod A is tactically superior for Ray's early game role. It offers speed, scalable survivability, and debuff resistance. All modular uptime stats. Mod B adds damage but lacks speed and synergy. So it's modular, scalable. Mod A is modular, scalable, speed aligned. And, it supports Ray's uptime, survivability, and PvE durability. It avoids flat stat bloat and prioritize turn order and resistance. Now, flat stat bloat refers to the accumulation of flat non-scaling stats on a mod. Stats like 150 plus 156 health, plus 12 offense, plus 169 protection. These are fixed numbers, not percentages, and they don't scale with the character's base stats, gear level, or upgrades. What that basically means is, as a tactical definition, flat stats add a fixed amount. They don't scale. They stay the same regardless of your gear or level, star level. You know what I mean? Level, how much you got. They're always the same. Early game filler, useful when base stats are low. And mid-game, they become a liability. You get outpaced by percentage stats. What I mean by percentage stats, percentage goes against your other numbers that are existing. So if your numbers go up for certain things, percentage increases based on that number. It's just not a set number of flat numbers. And flat stats are early game padding, but stacking too many creates stat load, a board full of numbers that doesn't scale or synergize. Now, Ray benefits more from offense, health, and speed. Flat stats like protection, offense, help early, but they don't grow with you. And a mod with 4 flat stats and no speed or percent rolls is bloated. It fills space but lacks tactical value. So really, flat stats are early game filler, mid-game liability, percent stats are scalable, synergize with gear and upgrade. Synergize, you know what that means. Speed is always valuable. Almost always want to go with that if the other stats help. But so flat stat float, too many flat stats, wasted slots. So if we're going to go with this, we're going to go with this one, and let's look at it now. Our health went up, our speed went up, our protection remains the same from something else, but remember that's a flat stat. This is a speed is the only thing that, you know, these are flat numbers too, but they're supposed to be. But we're looking at critical damage, 150%, which 150% and all that. But that's potency, whatever. We haven't got any potency here. But tenacity has gone up. My damage, special physical offense damage, has gone up. The damage has gone up quite a little bit. These numbers aren't as big as they look. I mean, you think, wow, that's a lot. No, it's not really, not that much. Critical chance, nothing went down or changed, so I'm going to confirm that. And that's where we are now. Now, look down here, now that we've connected all four of these, now that I could take these all up to 15%, and I think I'm going to. Look how much that is now. I'm going to bonus that up because I want all my lines to be this color. You don't have to be basically, this is active, and it's the most active it can be. And if you have a white line, don't worry about it. It's these numbers apply. Now, what is for the next two? Because I've got my bonus, set bonuses, is my offense. And I've got 15% offense above and beyond everything else we just added to our base stats. So what do we do now? What do we do now? Now, Ray's... Let's go back and look and talk about. Let's talk about this setup and Ray's the scavenger rolls recap. She's an early game AoE attacker. She needs speed of offense and survivability. Doesn't regenerate protection. Doesn't rely on critical mechanics and benefits from potency for debuff application. So with my setup here, I have a couple of options. I can go with health, and I'll get a health bonus, and because that works with, it scales with healing, it synergizes with the PvE sustain. Its circle slot naturally rolls health, flat or percentage. That's what the circle slot is. And the cross slot can roll health, potency, or offense. Or I go with potency. It boosts Ray's AoE debuff chance. A cross slot can roll potency, percentage primary, and the circle slot is still viable with a health primary. Or if I was lucky enough to have speed, I can have I get a bonus of speed, but and why it's risky, because I already used 4 slots for offense. Speed requires 4 mods, so I can't trigger that bonus if it's a speed mod. Not that I had that problem early on. So health or would be good for the circle. Flatter percentage, best for raise, sustain, or protection. In slot 6, potency, offense, defense, protection is the best one to be potency. It boosts debuff chance. Offense boosts damage. And the secondaries you want speed, offense, whatever. So really, the best thing for Ray would be health in the circular slot. And I have a health there. But it's also, I would need a 4 bonus because the runner. So I need the little medical symbol. So I got health, which is good, but I don't know what the secondaries are. So I'm going to go ahead and throw that in there. Look at that, it's gone up a little bit. And nothing else because I haven't revealed anything about that. But here, I need to also put the butterfly or the medical symbol. And do I have one? I have one, and it's a potency. I lucked out there. And that's because it boosts my debuff chance. Wow. So let's go ahead with that. And I've connected everything on the board. It looks great. And now it's gone up more. Potency has gone up a little bit. And I haven't confirmed this yet. I just want to show you. And that's good. On top of all this, it's not analyzing everything in here, just what I just did. And let's look at that health bonus. 10% health. So I'm going to confirm that. And I'm going to go ahead, because none of this is showing up. I could go ahead and reveals all the numbers, all the secondaries for this little bit, or pay this little bit, which will be quite a bit more. But I'm going to go ahead and go with 12 because I'm not going to keep her around that much. I got defense, potency, offense, and defense. Not a bad thing. And I'm going to go ahead and enhance this one. And enhance that a little bit. Protection, health, and chance. I didn't get any speed out of it. Darn. But that's okay. That's okay. Now, these are not maxed out, so my set bonus is going to be 5% rather than 10%. I have to be 15%, up to 15, level 15 on these in order to get that. I have a primary stat with potency and all this fun stuff. So I'm going to upgrade that just for the heck of it because I'm doing this as an example. You don't have to waste your money this way. I'm a wasteful kind of guy. So my bonus, I got 10% health. And I got 15% offense. And that's a pretty good little mod set for our little Ray, the scavenger. And you should notice when I'm highlighting individual ones, I've got this one highlighted here. It's going to show me, yeah, see it's in the yellow. It's not darked out. Well, darked out. My set bonus of 2 is 15, 10%, level 15. I'll show you 10% level 15. So that's a good low dot mod set for her. And like I said, you don't have to actually do all this. One mod in there can boost somebody, even a low-grade fighter or something like that. But there you go. And let's look at her base attributes there for agility and all this other stuff. And she's a risky attacker that has high damage and evasion, but is vulnerable to debuffs. And there we go. We're doing pretty good for her. Where our speed is increased above what it was before. And for my purposes, for her, this is perfect. Well, not perfect, but nothing's perfect. It depends on how you play. But that's how you would do that. It's very simple. And hopefully this will help you understand the basics. If I wanted to go with somebody with a higher level, Odaka is a dark side. He's a healer, Night Sister. Defensive Night Sister healer who stuns and revives from the dead. So that can help you. And I got her laid out pretty well. I increased her all the stuff she needs to get her through the day. And when I'm talking about percentages, we're talking about gear level. When you upgrade these gears, how much her gear level is, how much her overall numbers are, plus all this. That's the difference between a flat number, which never rises, and a percentage, which is based on whatever that new number is. So, gear level, or whatever. So, it's pretty good. And that is about it. Now, what you'll see once you're into the mods and you start doing mod battle, you'll get up to a certain level, and then your mod challenges will open up. And then you can go in and go specifically for the type of mods you want. Speed mods, and that's one you might want to go for. And all that. Then you don't have to fight through and hope you can get anything. But also, let me tell you something about mod battles. As you progress, you know, some people say you don't want to have to do all three, get all 3 stars. And I agree with that, but until the mod battles open up, until the mod challenges opens up, if you want to use your loadout mods and you don't have the one you need, you come here, you have to actually go back and fight that battle again. Whereas if you were to use multi-sim, if you had enough sim cards, you could select how many you wanted, and I always take mine down to one. Now, it says 115 to be fighting that same battle, and over and over and over. Someone, and then I can fight it, it'll fight it for me, and it'll give me what I need, that I can see what I got. So I got offense. If I didn't want that, I wanted something else, I was multi-sim again, and until I got through. And also at the very end here, you see these. Let me look at this. For this one. What am I going to get? I'm going to get one of them of a type if I battle that. So if I get that, all 3 stars, I can multi-sim. I can multi-sim and just roll the dice one shot at a time until I get what I need to go in and fill somebody's need or something I wanted to build. Now, as you can tell, I've played around a lot with this because I like to figure it out, and I wanted to figure out what this board actually did, what it meant, and how things connected. I didn't understand why this didn't connect with this. I didn't read enough, but I finally got it, and I understand the basics. I understand that Lord Vader is not going to have the same mod setup as somebody else. So if I wanted Lord Vader, what he needs as an attacker is not going to be what a tank is going to need in a mod set. It's not going to be what this younger attacker with extra abilities has, or a healer. And I got another healer, or a tank. A healer. He's got all this other stuff too. It really defines what they need to be. A Shaka Tano Snips, versatile attacker who constantly assists while healing and dispelling. So you know what you have to build up on her. You begin to figure out what goes best with her. And loadout mods are fine for that. Doesn't matter if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. They will work together. Because here, I have 5-dot mods running with 2-dot mods. And they'll work. And you can replace them as you want for your people you want to keep. The people you need to keep for your long-term plans. Now, I will tell you one other thing about mods. I want to tell you one thing about mods. Let's look at Anakin, light side attacker. I could assign a loadout. What is a loadout? I already have him saved. I can create a loadout. Then I can go back and switch between different loadouts for certain people. But what I could actually do here is build this. And once I built this, I realized, oh my goodness, this doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for this attacker. I'm gonna redo this from scratch with the whole thing. But this is a good mod set. Well, then I can go in and say somebody else, not this guy, but I can assign a loadout and click this, and it will transfer, for a fee, of course, all the stuff over to the new person that I renamed this. But I could do this, assign loadout, and it will cost me that much money to assign all the mods over to him. And then it'll leave him blank. So I could save certain things as long as you could save different layouts for the same person or the same group of people. You know, you have your certain team or something, and you could save this and swap between swap them around or keep them, different designs. It'll cost you money, but later in the game, if you're sticking around and doing a lot of stuff and doing different events and all that, a one mod set for this guy might be better for somebody else. And once you've upgraded, and you've upgraded him enough that he's now advanced enough that he doesn't need the slow mod set. So you don't have to lose that mod set. You can save it, assign it to somebody else, or use it as the base for understand what I'm going to be putting into this advanced mod set. Replace one at a time with 5 set mods or 5 dot mods. So it's pretty cool. Anyway, I hope that helps, and I'll see y'all again at another time.